Yep.
What a woman gets on my nerves! Too stuck up to what must nowadays!
Managed to get here at last, Berenger.
Morning, John.
Late as usual, of course. Our appointment was for 11:30 and now it's practically midday.
You're right. I'm sorry. Have you been waiting long?
No, I only just arrived myself, as you saw.
Well, in that case, I don't feel so
Oh,
bad.
no, you don't understand. I've no time to waste, and I come here at a time when I presume that you'll be here.
You're right. Quite right. But...
Now, don't try to pretend you're ever on time.
No, I wouldn't say that.
There you are, you see?
What are you drinking?
You mean to say you have a thirst even at this time of the morning?
So hot and dry.
And the more you drink, the thirstier you get. And popular science tells us that.
I'd be less thirsty and it would be less dry if they'd invent some scientific clouds in the sky.
You're not thirsty for water, Berenger.
I don't understand what you mean.
You know perfectly well what I mean. I'm talking about your parched throat. That's a territory that can't get enough.
To compare my throat to a piece of land
You're in a
seems...
bad way, my friend.
In a bad way, you think so?
I'm not blind, you know. You're dropping with fatigue. You're tired all the time. You yawn. You're digging your own grave, my friend. Well, you reek of alcohol.
Anything else you'd like to add?
It's the same every Sunday morning, not to mention the other days of the week.
No, it's less frequent during the week because of the office.
And what's happened to your tie? Lost it during your orgy, I suppose.
That's funny. Whatever could I have done with it?
Here. Put this one on.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Your hair's all over the place. Here's a comb. Thank you. That's all right. You haven't even shaved. God, just take a look at yourself.
My tongue's all coated.
I'm not surprised. You're heading for cirrhosis, my friend.
Do you think so?
Keep the tie. I've got plenty more.
You always look so immaculate.
Your clothes are all crumpled. They're a disgrace. Your shirt is downright filthy, and your shoes haven't even been touched. Oh, look at your shoulders.
What's the matter with my shoulders?
Come on, turn around. You've been leaning against some wall again. No, I don't have my brush with me. It would make my pockets bulge. Where did you get all that from?
I don't remember.
It's a positive disgrace. I feel ashamed to be your friend.
You're very hard on me.
I've every reason to be.
Listen, John, there are so few distractions in this town. I get so bored. I'm not made for the work I'm doing. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and only 3 weeks holiday a year. When Saturday night comes around, I feel so exhausted, and so, you know how it is, just to relax.
My dear man, everybody has to work. I spend 8 hours a day in the office just like everyone else, and I only get 3 weeks off a year. But you don't catch me. Willpower, good man.
But not everybody has as much willpower as you do. I just can't get used to it. I can't get used to life.
Everybody has to get used to it. Or do you consider yourself some superior being?
I don't pretend to be.
I'm just as good as you are. In fact, I might say that I'm better. The superior man is the man who fulfills his duty.
What duty?
His duty? His duty as an employee, for example.
Oh yes, his duty as an employee.
Where did your debauch take place last night, if you can remember?
We were celebrating August's birthday. Our friend August.
Our friend August? I wasn't invited to our friend August's birthday.
Well, I couldn't refuse. It wouldn't have been nice.
Did I go there?
Well, perhaps it was because you weren't invited.
True. I was not invited. That honour was denied me. In any case, I assure you that even if I had been invited, I would not have gone. Because what's going on? Whatever is it?
Oh, a rhinoceros! Whereabouts?
Well, of all things!
A rhinoceros going full tilt on the opposite
Did you see that?
Well, of all things! It certainly looked as if it was a rhinoceros. It made plenty of dust.
Well, of all things, gave me such a scare.
Your basket and all your things.
Really, these days, you'll never know.
I hope you pick up your things.
Thank you. How very kind. Do sorry for that. Oh, it gave me such a scare.
Fear is an irrational thing. It must yield to reason.
Out of sight.
My friend is a logician.
Well, what did you think of that?
Those animals can certainly travel. Very happy to meet you. I'll have to teach her to buy from somebody else.
What did you think of that?
I still didn't let my cat go. Don't often see that. Would you hold him a moment? First time I've seen that.
It's not spiteful, is it?
When boss later comments.
I've got plenty more.
Well, what did you think of that?
Good stuff too.
Don't think of that. Look after these gentlemen.
What did I think of what?
Oh, the rhinoceros, of course. What did you think I meant?
I've got some first-class wine and unbreakable bottles.
Poise.
What are you drinking?
2 pasties.
2 pasties. Right. Very kind of you, I'm sure. 2 pasties.
Oh, please don't mention it. It's a pleasure.
Replace them in an orderly fashion.
Well, what did you think about it?
Well, nothing. It made a lot of dust. I've got some good leaks as well.
Poise.
And French Alicia.
Oh, you are very kind. Such a pleasure to come across the old French courtesy. Not like the young people today.
It was a great pleasure to meet you. You should buy from me. You wouldn't even have to cross the street and you wouldn't run the risk of these accidents.
But you must admit, it's extraordinary.
Thank you very much for holding my cat. 2 pasties.
Ah, you're incorrigible.
May I accompany you part of the way? I asked for mineral water. She made a mistake.
My husband is waiting for me. Thank you. Please, have some other time.
I sincerely hope so, madame.
So do I.
The dust settled. Delightful creature.
A rhinoceros. I can't get over it.
Oh, charming, isn't she?
I'm going to explain to you what a syllogism is.
Ah, yes, a syllogism.
I can't get over it. It's unthinkable.
A syllogism consists of a main proposition, a secondary one, and a conclusion.
What conclusion?
I just can't get over it.
Yes, I can see you can't. Well, it was a rhinoceros, all right? So it was a rhinoceros, but it's miles away by now, miles away.
But you must see, it's fantastic. A rhinoceros loose in the town and you don't bat an eyelid. It shouldn't be allowed. Put your hand in front of your mouth.
Yes, it shouldn't be allowed. It's dangerous. I hadn't realized.
We ought to protest to the town council. What's the town council there for anyway?
Perhaps it escaped from the zoo,
You're daydreaming.
but I'm wide awake.
Awake or asleep,